Welcome everyone. Let's get started. So if you like, you could sit on the cushion and we're actually going to start with our legs wide. So you can go as wide as you like. If you prefer for the sort of centering, you could cross your legs, but our first movement's going to be with the legs apart to just start opening up the hips straight away. You can still sit on a cushion if you like, and today we're going to do some good stuff to strengthen and stretch the hips, and it is all women tonight that are live, and so especially women, I think it's really good to keep that mobility and strength in the hips. So let's begin. Find yourself a comfortable way to sit. It doesn't matter how the legs are to start. What matters is that you can sit for a couple of minutes and feel comfortable. So let's begin. See if you can close the eyes. Now is our time. Phones are away, TVs are off. We are being and not doing. Close your eyes and take a deep sigh. Like you're physically signaling the act of letting go of the day, of the week, of the month that has been. We have the power to let go and refocus on ourselves, on our calm, deep breath. Try it now. Follow your breath as you inhale and exhale. Feel as you exhale the releasing of shoulders, of belly, of your face and your chest. Keep breathing. Focus on nothing else but the feeling sound of your breath. All that has been, all that's to come, doesn't exist in this moment. Be with just yourself, your body, your breath, and feel how it can make you relax. As you sit here and breathe, use your mind to go anywhere. Where do you wish you could be? A forest, by the sea, with friends and family. As you breathe and feel calm, imagine in your mind that you're there. Take 2 more deep breaths. Really fill the lungs with air. Fill your chest and your ribs and your belly. As you exhale, feel a little more release from that neck, from the shoulders and your chest. 1 more deep breath. Now slowly open your eyes, roll your shoulders. And now let's begin to move with the breath. As you breathe in, lift your arms, look up to the sky. As you exhale, fold forward, maybe touch the floor. Breathe in, lift up high. As you exhale, go to one side. Breathe into the center, other side, hand down. Breathe in to the center, look up and then flop forward. One more time, breathe in deep, look up to the sky, then really lean to one side. How much can you stretch? Breathe in, lift up, and then down to the other side. Breathe in, lift up, and then exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, lift up. This time, drop your arms, exhale. Breathe in to the sides, and as you exhale, twist to one side and see if you can wrap one front arm round your chest and the back arm, palm out, round your back. So breathe into the center, exhale, wrap and twist. Breathe into the center, exhale, wrap and twist. One more time, last side, really open up the chest. And as you exhale, twist and draw your back shoulder back. Breathe in, this time stay on this side. Wrap, sit up, breathe in. As you exhale, can you twist a little more? Look over your back shoulder. Then breathe in, other side, wrap. Opposite side this time. Wrap the back arm round your back and the front arm round the belly. Lift, sit up tall, and then twist a little more. Then breathe into the center, arms come down. Then bring your legs closer, toes are up. Lift your leg. Now this one is called Happy Baby because it's a bit like you've got a baby in your arm, but it's really good for just opening up the hip and stretching the muscles at the top of the thigh. So give it a little rub. Now you can stay doing this, or maybe you can put your foot on your thigh, the outside edge on the thigh, and maybe you can start to use this arm to push the thigh and the knee out to the side. Just see how that feels. If it's okay, you might be able to try and fold forward a little way. Now stay for 2 breaths. If it's too much at any time, you can do this. Close your eyes, take 2 breaths. As you exhale, see if you can fold forward any more. Push with your elbow a little more, the leg and the thigh out to the side. Then slowly sit up, stretch the legs, circle ankle, and then swap other side, other leg. Give a little happy baby, rock side to side. You can rotate in the joint like this. And then plant the foot on the thigh, if you can, and see if you can use the elbow to just angle the leg and the knee out to the side. If you're okay here, maybe you can come forward a little more. It will just make the hip open a little more, but it's okay to be straight or even this. Now close your eyes for 2 breaths, deep. Every time you exhale, see if you can encourage the leg and knee out to the side. One more breath. Then come and sit up, stretch the leg, rotate the ankle, and then join the feet together, butterfly. So the feet is like they're kissing. You can have the legs further from your body or draw them in, and then give a little flap to just open up the hips A little more. And then one final stop to see if we can go forward a little more. So use your breath, breathe in deep. As you exhale, lean forward, not head down, but imagine belly coming down. Even if you just stop here, this is fine. The elbows can go to the calves on either side, and you might be able to push and open a little more. You can hold on to the feet, two first fingers between the big toe and first toe. And one more breath. Really try to open up the hips to either side. And then slowly sit up and draw knees up. Hug them in. Wiggle toes. And then let's come off the cushion and see if you can find a square box on your mat. This is when you might want to be opposite your chair or your couch if you wanted to try to use that. If your wrists are a bit sore, remember go on to your knuckles, or if you can, spread the fingers wide, have the knees underneath the hips, sorry. And now watch this. We're going to breathe in, dip the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the chin and arch the back. So close the eyes and try to move with a deep exhale, arch the back. With a deep inhale, lift the head. A perfect pose for healthy backs that we should do every day, morning and night if you can. Take 3 more. Move with your breath. Now, stop the movement with the spine. Instead, watch my hips. We're going to circle our hips while we're on all fours. So as I breathe in, I shift my weight forward so my chest comes towards my wrists. As I exhale, I push my hips to one side and I slide them back towards my heels. As I breathe in again, I push my hips out to the other side and then shift my weight forward to the front. Then going round in a circle with my breath, I exhale here and I inhale to my full while my chest is front. Close your eyes, really push your hips out to the side. Feel this in the top of the thighs. As you come forward, if your hands are flat on the floor, you feel a stretch on the forearms and the wrists. One more big circle. Then when you find yourself with hips pushing back, stay there. Drop your head, one big breath. Then rise back up on all fours. And this time we're going to circle the hip joint on one of our legs. So take, let's do the right leg first, sorry. Take the right knee off the floor and then start to circle your knee. If I show you at the side in case you can't see. So our core is engaged. Our back starts to work, but also importantly, we're mobilizing the hip joint. If that's easy, you could always take one hand off the floor. You can do whatever you like, but try to keep circling that leg. Then bring with a big step that right foot forward So we're coming into a low lunge. Front right foot is forward, knee is above the ankle, and our back quad on the left can have a stretch. So now see if you can be closer to the table or the chair, so you might be able to hold on. Before we come in pigeon pose, let's warm up this leg, give a beautiful stretch for all the muscles around the hips. So breathe in, and as you exhale, think more. Breathe in, exhale, think more. Now the arms. Now I'm going to slightly change the position of my foot. I breathe in, I turn my toes out about 45 degrees to the side, and I exhale down. I breathe in, I turn the toes to the front and exhale down. I breathe in, I turn the toes 45 the other side. I breathe in and exhale, plant them forward. So I breathe in, lift the toes, turn them 45 degrees, and then breathe in, lift and exhale forward. The arms could move and sway just like the toes. As you inhale, they come up, and as you exhale, they come down. One more lift. So now we've mobilized the hips, and we've mobilized the feet and the knee. So now it's time to try our pigeon pose. This is a master pose for releasing emotional tension in the hips and for good health and flexibility in the hips. So if you haven't tried it before, you turn your sole of your foot so it's facing out to the side, to the front. Now this is where, if you haven't tried it before, you might want to rest on the couch or the chair, and like we did when we were seated, we're trying to encourage our right knee out to the right side. Only sink, you should feel it in the top of the glute and on the side of the thigh. If you've done it before and you're able to come down more, you might be able to walk the foot a little more out to the side and send your back left leg back, and then you might be able to rest on your mat. But wherever you are, we're going to stay for 4 breaths. Just come back up. So stay, breathe. As you exhale, really release the thigh out to the right side. Keep breathing and releasing. One more deep, deep breath. Now coming out, make it slow and controlled. If you're on the chair, lift up and plant the foot back down. If you're laying on the floor, see if you can wiggle the back foot forward and come back to this low lunge. Then swap the leg back to the other knee, put the hands down and take a downward dog. Lift your hips up, walk the heels up and down. Take a couple of breaths here. Let your head hang loose and free, and bring the nice lot of circulation back to each leg. Then drop the knees on the floor, sway the hips back once more, and this time bring your arms to your side and head down. So release on the floor. Just observe the feeling in the hip The right hip that's opened and released, and the left hip that's waiting too. Then rise up from your legs, put your hands back on the mat, and then this time we do it all with the left. So lift the left knee up, give a big circle with that joint, a big rotation. Imagine you're drawing a circle on the floor with your knee. If you like a little more, you could always lift the right arm high to give more strength and power to your core. Take a last little circle and then a big step through. So the left foot is on the floor and we're in our low lunge. So breathe in, exhale, sink. Breathe in, exhale, sink. Breathe in, exhale, sink. Move a little more like this, back and forth. Really focus on the breath when you've got the movement. Now we're going to move and reposition our foot and toes to activate different parts of the ankle joint. So breathe in here. As you exhale, turn your toes 45 and sink down. Breathe in, turn the toes to the front and exhale down. Breathe in, turn the toes 45 to the right, exhale down. And continue moving from forward to left and right. Not holding, just moving dynamically. And this exercise is really good for encouraging our balance and our core strength. Now, next time your foot is facing forward, stop there. Hold on to the chair if you need. Now let that left knee come out to the left side. Stay here. If that's enough, if you can feel it here in the top of the thigh. Or if you know you can sink further in your pigeon pose, you can move your leg further to the right edge of your mat. You could come down on your hands or your knuckles and send your right leg back. You could come down with your head, but that's only an option. Instead, if you're new to it, or if this is enough, stay here. Now close the eyes. Use the breath to open up the hip. Breathing deep. Exhale. Release. This is something you can practice and you'll see improvement if you try a few times every week. Open up to release the tension. They say it's the place for emotional tension and stress to be held. One more breath. Then coming out, do it slow, do it controlled. If you're leaning on the chair or the sofa, plant the left foot back down. Find your way if you're on the floor in pigeon pose, but everyone return to downward dog, knees on the floor, hands on the floor, lift the hips and walk the heels up and down. Release the head, nod and shake, release, and bring lots of blood flow back to both legs. Now start to walk your feet towards your hands. We're going to stretch the hamstrings, so stay forward folded down. Bend your knees. If you need to rest your belly on your thighs, can you hold your ankles or your thighs or your calves. Drop your head. Even if you're up here, this is fine. And wherever you are, see if you can try to stretch the backs of your legs to be straighter and straighter and straighter. Feel the stretch from the top of the thighs and all the way down the ankles. Then slowly, slowly, slowly come up till your head is the last thing to lift. Then roll the shoulders. Now you can move the chair out of the way, or if you're by the couch, you can move away from it now. And we're going to take, you probably can't see my head, but we're going to take one round of a sun salute that we were doing last week. And then we've got a tricky thing in the middle to really get the strength in the thigh muscles and the legs. So come to the end, the short edge of your mat. Let's take that sun sequence that strengthens the whole body. Breathe in, bend the knees, lift the arms, look up high, back bend, tuck the tailbone, lean back. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. Can you touch the toes or just look and say hello? Then put the hands on the floor. If you can, step back big with the right foot so you're in a low lunge like a runner starting a race. Then downward dog. Left leg goes back too. Now it's time for the plank. Shift your weight forward in your mat. Push your heels away. And then maybe you can slowly lower on your mat or just flop. Then a back bend, your fingers under your shoulders, breathe in, elbows in, and exhale, downward dog. Now this time the right leg is coming forward. Take your time. If you can, one big step, or do a few. So now we're runner's lunge, left leg back, right leg at the front. Now the left leg is coming to meet the right. Exhale, drop the head, forward fold. One more breath. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the body, sink the hips, tuck the tailbone, and exhale straight. Okay, so we're going to take, hopefully that's warmed up the whole body, we're going to take an exercise to really strengthen the legs. You can tell it's going to be hard because I'm saying it like this. So, if you step back with the left leg, right leg's at the front, you can always hold on to anything if you need, okay? I'll show you what we're going to do. The exhale is dipping down. We did this when we had the chair and we were on the knee. Now we're going to do it with no support and gravity being our nemesis. So here we go. When we breathe in, we lift the arms. When we exhale, we sink down low. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. One more. Breathe in, exhale. Stay there. If you can, if you need, drop the knee. But if you can, lift the arms like me. Stay there. Big breath. Maybe roll the shoulders. If you can stay here, okay? Close the eyes. This is strength for your thighs, for your hips, for your ankles, for the whole lower body. One more breath. Then slowly lift to straight legs and bring the back leg to the front. Let's take one more round of sun salute to shake all that off. Breathe in, bend the knees, lift the body, lean back. Exhale, fold forward. Hello, toes. This time, take the left leg back first. Runner's lunge. And then downward dog, right leg back. Breathe in, shift your weight forward to the plank, push your heels away. Exhale, lower body to the floor. Breathe in, a little cobra. Lift your chest, lift your head. Exhale, downward dog again. Now this time, left leg's gonna come forward first. One big step, or take a few. Runner's lunge, on your marks, get set, go. And then back leg to the front, lower down. Breathe in, one more breath, bend the knees, lift the head, sink the bottom, tuck the tailbone. Exhale, back. Now we take a big step back with the right leg and try that same thing, but right leg back, left leg forward. So remember, breathe in, arms up, exhale, sink. If the arms are too much, just leave them at your hips. You can always hold on to the side or to the front, but see if you can do it with no support to help your balance. Breathe in, exhale, breathe in, exhale, breathe in, exhale. One more. Now this time stay, drop down more. If you can, lift your arms. Now squeeze your belly, strength from the core. This is where we gain strength and power for our hips. Maybe you can circle the arms and even close the eyes. Ooh. One more breath. Now, you can bring the back leg to the front to meet the feet, or maybe you can try the other way, which is harder, the front leg to meet the back. Oh, well done. I hope you feel it in the thighs and in the hips, because that's the strength. Now we're going to release all the stress. So stand facing the front, roll the shoulders, and get ready for the spine to have a beautiful release. The feet could be close or further apart, and you stand up nice and straight and take a breath. Here comes our Egyptian sun salute. Breathe in, lift the arms, look up to the sky. As you exhale, bend the knees and send the arms behind. Breathe in, exhale, breathe in, exhale. I'll do it one more from the side. Now this time, breathe in and stay up and fold to the side. Breathe in, exhale, fold to the side. One more this side. One more that side. Then breathe into the center, bend the knees, release. Breathe in, turn the palms down, bend the knees and rotate your spine and turn to the left or your right. Breathe in to the center, exhale to your left. Breathe in to the center, straight legs and exhale. Slowly rise up, let your fingers point towards the ceiling, Then turn your palms and let the arms slowly come down to your sides. Well done. That's a really good stress reliever, especially the So now you've worked lots of the muscles really well. We're going to do our balance. So if you did want the chair again, or you want to hold on to the sides, do go ahead. Use your space the best way you can. I'm going to face to the side so you can see what I'm doing with my leg. And it's all about releasing the hips, but at the same time, encouraging good balance. So stand on your right leg and circle your toes. Just try that as a balance. See how it goes. You can tell now if you need to hold something or if you think it's okay. Now we're going to try to flex and extend the hip joint by moving the leg. So breathe in, exhale. I'm bending my right knee, not keeping it straight and locked out like this, bending the knee. I can also bring the arms in. So breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Dynamic balance, very hard, but all the time we're bringing flexibility into that left hip. Well done. Then, after this one, put both feet down, and this time we're going to balance on the left. So I'll be opposite to you now, but never mind. Maybe I should say. So I'll balance on my right, you balance on your left, and then lift up your right foot. And now you could try the tree, which is your foot by your calf or your ankle or your thigh, or maybe you would like to try what we did when we were sitting, and a bit like in the pigeon, we put the outside edge of our foot on our thigh. It just opens the hip a little more. But you can always try the tree. It's just as good. Now, wherever you think you can balance, stay for 5 breaths. So maybe you can stay in this standing half lotus, or maybe in the good solid tree. Wherever you are, find a spot on the floor. See if you can close the eyes maybe, or focus on the spot on the floor. Now breathe. Can you imagine that place of calm where you'd love to be? A forest, or the beach, or with friends or family? Where can you transport your mind and body? Then slowly release the balance pose. Take your foot off your thigh or leg or calf, and then shake out the legs. And let's try that the other side. So this time, the right leg will stay on the floor first. The left leg, sorry. And then we're going to swing the right leg and release. So bend the knee and try breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Find that spot, find that focus. Can you really follow the breath as you're standing on one leg and moving? Try. This is so good for building balance and strength and flexibility in your hips Take one more. Then come back. And this time we're going to balance on the left and let your right leg have a turn to come up. Although I've really muddled myself up now, so. So this side. Okay. So take the other leg that hasn't been on there and place it either in the tree or in the half lotus. See where you can balance and you feel that you can stay and be still for a few breaths. So find that gaze point, find that spot that you can really focus on and take a few lovely deep breaths. Can you feel a sense of calm while you're standing on one leg? Can you visualize that place you'd love to be? Meditation can be like sitting on a beach. Can you do it while you stand on one leg? See if you can forget everything else and try to balance as you breathe and you visualize a place. Then slowly release. Release the foot from the thigh, the calf, the ankle, and then walk the feet up and down. Now coming back down to the ground, let's take one more sun salute and stand at the front of your mat. So bend your knees, lift your arms, maybe lean back a little more. Exhale, fold forward, look at the floor. Big step back with your right foot. How far can it travel back? And you're in your runner's lunge. And exhale, dog. From here, breathe in, shift the weight to the plank, push the heels away, and then slowly lower down to the floor. Take that back bend, lift the head, lift your chest. And as you exhale, downward dog again. Last time today, downward dog. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Walk the ankles up and down. Now we're going to take a big step with that right foot to the front. So remember, it could be one big step or take a few. So the right foot's at the front. Drop your left hip, look forward, and then step big with the left and make it join the right leg at the front. Drop the head, one more breath, bend the knees, lift the arms, lift the chest, tuck the tailbone, and exhale, end. Now we're slowly going to come down on the floor, so breathe in once more, exhale, fold forward, step one leg back, left leg, drop the knee to the floor, then make the right foot join the left and sit back. So we're going to end with a lion sequence that will round off our work on the hips and get us ready for a relax. So have your pillow nearby and your blanket if you like. So when we're finished, you can just stay on the floor and relax. So come and lay. Oh, this is the best bit. Come and lay on the mat. Now you've stretched your whole body and especially worked on the hips. Lay down, rest the head, rest the back. Place your feet on the floor, heels towards your bottom. See how close you can get the heels towards your bottom. Now, do nothing except feel your breath. Your body may feel warmer. Your heart may be beating faster than it was at the start. We're slowly calming both the heart and the breath. One more slow, deep breath. Now we're going to work opposite limbs, arm and leg. So focus first on your left arm and right leg. Breathe in, lift your left arm up so your fingers point towards the ceiling. Exhale, let your left arm drop down behind you. Can it rest on the floor? Breathe in, lift your right leg up, 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 up till the soles of your sole of your foot is pointing to the ceiling. Exhale, point the toes down and the heel up to the sky. Inhale, stretch your left arm further behind. Then exhale, bring your right foot and left arm back to the start. One more time. Breathe in till your fingers of the left arm point to ceiling. And exhale, bring the left arm behind. Inhale, lift the right leg, stretch it up towards the ceiling. And exhale, point the toes down and heel into the sky. Inhale, stretch the left arm back some more. And then exhale, left arm, right foot back on the floor. Now lift your right leg one more time. Can you plant it on your left thigh? And then lift your left toes off of the ground. Can you take both your arms and put them the right arm in the gap between your thighs and the left arm round the left thigh. Stretch the left leg up to the ceiling now. This is the $1 million stretch. Great for the psoas muscle and the movement we've been doing in the class all this time. Take one more breath here. Then exhale, release. Drop the left leg and place the left foot back down. Release the arms and plant the right foot back to the start. Now we do it again, but this time right arm, left leg. So breathe in, right arm points up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the arm behind. Inhale, lift the left leg, push it up to the sky so the sole of the foot points high. Exhale, toes down, heel up. Breathe in, push the right arm back some more. Then exhale, lower the arm and the leg back to the start. One more. Breathe in, lift the right arm. Exhale, send it behind. Breathe in, right leg, left leg, and lift it high. Push the toes down, heel up. One more breath, stretch back with the right arm. And then exhale, arm and leg to the floor. Now lift the left foot, place it on the right thigh. Lift the right foot off of the mat. Take your hands, wrap them around the right thigh. See if you can keep your head on the floor and lift the right leg in the sky. the $1 million stretch. So good to release the back, the sciatic muscle, the psoas muscle. Take one more breath. Then release your hands from the thigh, bring the right leg down to the floor and release the left leg. Now hug the knees in, send both legs up to the sky, hold by the thighs, or maybe the calves, or maybe the ankles. See where you can hold. Let the legs be high. Let all the fluid drain down. You've worked the legs a lot, so give them a beautiful release. Let gravity release them from the toes through the knees to the thighs. Then place both feet down and bring the soles of your feet to touch like we did at the start, butterfly. Maybe your heels will come closer towards your body, or maybe they need to be further away. Have the soles of your feet touching, your knees to opposite sides. Now close your eyes and stay here. Focus on the hips. Focus all your mind and effort on releasing and nourishing the hips. Take 3 more breaths. Really focus every exhale on sending some healing, strengthening, loving energy to your hips. One more deep breath. Then slowly bring the knees back together. Let the soles of your feet touch the floor. Now last posture, one last strength for the hips. Keep the feet planted on the floor. Then slowly lift the hips, lift the spine. And as you exhale, lower the spine and the hips back on the floor. Try this. 3 more breaths. As you inhale, lift the hips. And as you exhale, slowly squeeze the core and lower them back to the floor. One more time. Quick like that with the breath up and down. And then this time you could choose to hold it high. Breathe in, lift the hips. Lift them higher and higher. Then exhale, hold the hips in the sky. Breathe in again. Can you lift them any further? For those that know, we could try the bridge. Roll your shoulders under. Interlace your fingers. And lift the hips higher. Your chin tucking in towards your chest. One more breath. Ground through the feet. Really use the strength in your hips to hold your body high and off the floor. Then release the arms and shoulders and slowly lower down. your spine and your hips to the ground. Then hug the knees in, rock a little side to side. Release all the effort. It's time to relax. So grab your blanket, grab your pillow, grab anything you need to be able to lay on the floor and rest the body. So find a comfortable way to lay, or maybe sit if that's better for your chest or your body today. Now, there's no effort, nothing for you to do except lay or sit still. Use your breath to let go of all we've done. Forget any struggle, any issues. Now relax. Feel how every out-breath is a signal to your body to rest, repair, restore. Effort has gone. No muscles need to move except the automatic movement of your breath. Feel it. Feel how the inhale will naturally expand the ribs and the chest and the belly. No effort. Feel how the out-breath is releasing all you have, releasing all the bad, all the waste. Follow that automatic, amazing process that you do every second of the day. Now, really appreciate your body's natural ability to keep you alive and full of energy, and you don't even need to control it. You trust every second of the day the breath will come, and it does. No need for you to plan and worry. Feel that now. Now, as you lay and you know your body takes good care of the breath and it will flow and flow, let your mind wander. You can go anywhere. Visualize that place you'd love to be. Maybe in a rich green forest. Noise of animals and birds everywhere. Maybe on a beach with the sand between your toes and the heat of the sun on your skin. Anywhere, anywhere, anywhere you can go. Visualize, see it in your mind. What do you see? Who is there? What do you smell and do you feel? Stay in this place that makes you feel calm and love and gratitude in this one beautiful place. Stay for a few moments. Use all your mind's power to visualize really being there. Feel the air on your face, on your skin. Notice what you hear in this place. Notice what you see, really see it. See the details in the sky, on the ground. See the details of everything that's around in this place. Play for 10 more breaths. Imagine being there. Now, slowly breathe back into your body and notice again the feeling of the air. You're back in this room, in this time, in this place. Feel connection with your body and your breath. Then start to move your fingers and your toes. Start to move your wrists and your ankles. Start to move your head and maybe have a stretch. Take your arms up high or to the sides. Then if you're laying on the floor, hug your knees to your chest and roll to one side for a moment's rest. If you've been sitting, hug your legs to your body, drop your chin, and everyone take one more big breath in. Then all come up from the floor or back to seated and take one more roll of the shoulders and lift the arms. Lift them high till your palms touch and draw your thumbs to your chest. And namaste. Well done, everyone.